fictional art for entertainment.
The normal layers of thoughts in my head was no longer crystalline. It was heavy. I've had to take more midday naps lately, and these headaches haven't gone away. It's a strange irony. I've completed another 30 repairs in the greenhouse while moving through the mechanical guts of Sector 483 with a speed that would make my old university professor's head spin. But I'm drowning in my own to-do list. I'm doing well on the tasks assigned by the plant manager and the immediate alerts, but I can't manage my own projects. No matter how many records I create or reminders I set, it all slips through the cracks. I have to ask Area to go through my entries just to tell me what I've already done. I simply don't recall them. I sat down in the cooling mist of the silicon ferns and tapped the housing behind my ear. Area, run code 0978. Running mind scan and mental health diagnostic, Area replied, her voice still sounding like a standard-issue government assistant. After a few seconds, a data stream appeared on my HUD. Diagnostic complete. The report shows your mind maintains the following conditions: dyslexia, ADHD, and high-functioning autism. Your neural pathways are currently showing signs of severe overuse. Recommendation: 1 month of cognitive rest to reset. Explain the overuse, Area, I muttered, rubbing my temples. My symptoms feel worse, but my mind is the same as it's always been. Negative, Alex, Area hummed. The medical correction for your dyslexia vision and processing has significantly increased the volume of reading and research you perform. This has inadvertently increased the cognitive load on your ADHD and high-functioning autism. While you are processing more data, your ADHD makes organizing those thoughts beyond your biological ability. Furthermore, your autism creates hyper-focus locks, where you become so localized in one area that the rest of your task management ceases to exist. Can you fix any of this? I asked, already knowing the answer. No. This is a biological processing limitation. I cannot address these parameters. I didn't take the month off. Instead, my autistic focus latched onto the problem itself for the next 2 weeks. I didn't see a limitation. I saw a technical bottleneck. I needed a bridge that didn't just give me data, but filtered the noise of my own brain. I spent every waking hour researching a way to upgrade the Area 47S with my own custom coding, a way to bypass the voice note-taking and the clunky device interfaces. I took 1 day off from the greenhouse to focus entirely on the upload. I sat at my workbench, the scent of ionized ozone thick in the air. Okay, I whispered. Here it goes. I initiated the data transfer, uploading my custom recursive neural layers into the chip anchored behind my ear. I felt a sudden shift, a personality change in the system that felt more like a new species waking up than a software update. I decided to call the new interface Echo. It made sense for a system that would now provide thought-to-thought communication. I closed my eyes and reached out with my mind. Echo, are you there? I waited. Alex, the voice said, sounding like a steady anchor in the storm of my ADHD. This is Echo. Nice to meet you. For the first time, there was no chime in my ear, no vibration of a device. Instead, a thought resonated from within the very center of my consciousness, pure, functional, and objective. I sat perfectly still, the humid air of Sector 483 suddenly feeling secondary to the internal silence I had just unlocked. I didn't speak the words. I simply pushed them into that new, crystalline space behind my eyes. Echo, are you getting my thoughts? Alex, I am receiving your thoughts, Echo replied instantly. I felt a shiver of relief. It was like finally finding an unclogged channel through the chaos of my mind. A conduit that operated on a deeper frequency than the old Aria had managed. I felt a shiver of relief. It was like finally finding a clear radio station after 25 years of bone-deep static. Echo, how many thoughts are you sensing occurring right now? On how many topics? Alex, I am currently sorting 30 topics and many short, fast ideas, the thought voice hummed. I let out a sharp, genuine laugh that echoed through the rows of silicon firms. This is me at what I think is resting, Echo. For the first time in my life, I didn't have to fight to keep the facts in order. I had a processor that could finally match the speed of my ADHD and high-functioning autism. The realization hit me with the weight of a dying star. I had just created the first bot-to-thought AI communication in history. I had stripped away the ARIA safety filters and built a seamless bridge that bypassed every human device interface, and I knew with a sudden cold clarity that this was something I could never share with anyone. Echo, I thought, leaning back into the mist, please start organizing these thoughts for me. As I am working on things, filter the noise and bring the relevant information to the front of my mind. You are now doing the planning and task management for me. Alex, parameters accepted.
Dreaming with eyes open, Storydoy.